Hey fans, JC Shurburtt here with you inside the Gamecocks, the show, and thebigspur.com. Wanted to pop in here on a Saturday night, some Saturday night sizzle from the recruiting trail. Gamecocks land a defensive end of the transfer portal with SEC experience in Jaylen Brown, 6'6", 255 pounds, played at Missouri last year, appeared in 6 games for the Tigers as a true freshman on a defensive line that had depth and was pretty much full of veterans this season. He kind of got forced into action because of some injuries, but played well. Actually, finished statistically with just 2 tackles, but had a solo tackle in the Gamecocks win over Missouri 34-30 at Williams-Brice Stadium on November the 16th. He's originally from Madison, Alabama, was a 4-star prospect for 24/7 Sports Composite. 24/7 Sports had him sort of as an outlier as the number 129 overall prospect in the country. So 24/7 was a bit higher on him than the recruiting industry at the time. Went to Missouri. Like I said, played some this year, got in the transfer portal, and Sterling Lucas and the Gamecocks landed him. And Carolina was going to target an edge in this class. He's a younger player, 3 more years of eligibility left. So it would be just like if you had signed him out of high school. And I think South Carolina did offer him a scholarship out of high school, but he was set to go with the Tigers. According to Tony Morrell of thebigspur.com, a source he spoke with said that the kid kind of reminds him of former Clemson defensive end Gaines Adams, who, of course, the late Gaines Adams, who was a first-round draft pick after playing 8-man football for Steve Tannehill in high school in the state of South Carolina back in the Tommy Bowden era at Clemson. So he's a guy with a lot of upside. Jaylen Brown, we remember Gaines Adams came in as a 2-star guy and ended up doing what he did. And so Brown is that type of jumbo athlete with a big frame, good length. You look at him, I know Carolina lost out on Jared Smith, the 5-star DN, who's also from the state of Alabama, to Auburn. This guy is a lot like Jared Smith. So it almost is kind of a replacement. You get a guy a year older that has SEC playing experience on top of that. So nice big pickup, first one in the transfer portal for the Gamecocks. I know there's been a lot of activity in the portal, and that's all that's going on in college football right now, except for the Army-Navy game earlier today. And congrats to the Middies. I think I picked that on the Fab Five for winning the game, but 31-13 actually. But that's all that's going on. So there's just all this activity, and I think when you're like South Carolina, you're a little selective. You're kind of hoping some guys come in for bowl practice next week. They've got visits lined up. There's more guys going in the portal every single day. But this guy, Jaylen, I mean, this is a Jaylen. He's a big time pickup. It's Jaylen Brown from Missouri. So there you go. There is portal pickup number 1. It's at the edge position. The Gamecocks are losing Kyle Kennard. And so this guy will go in and compete with JT Gear and Brian Thomas Jr. and Desmond Umazulu at that position on the outside. You can never have too many of these guys in your program. I think that this is it's a nice kind of sneaky good pickup almost for the Gamecocks. I'm not sure if they're done at edge yet or not in the portal. They may be. They may very well be, though, but because they have a lot of edge guys coming in the freshman class. But this kid, yeah, I think next year he was tracking toward playing a whole lot more at Missouri on the edge. And I don't know why he got in the portal, but he did, and the Gamecocks landed him. So there you go. There's your first transfer portal pickup. I can't say that we'll sit here and I'll have a video for every single one of them, but we're going to try to get in during the holiday break with some breaking news stuff and give you guys some content right here on the Chief Sports South Carolina YouTube page. Thanks for tuning into the show every day and for visiting thebigspur.com and supporting everything that we do. All right, Gamecocks, hope you have a happy Saturday. First portal pickup is in. Again, Missouri defensive end 6'6", 255, Jaylen Brown. So the second commitment's in for tonight. Just want to add it onto the video. Nick Sharpe, offensive guard from Wake Forest, is coming in. This guy's played a lot of football, folks. A ton of snaps over the last 3 years for the Demon Deacons. He's 6'2" 2.5", 330 pounds from Gastonia, North Carolina. What we call a road grader. I think that he's a guy that can step right in and compete. The two guard spots are open with the loss of Torricelli Simpkins and also Kamar Bell, who are out of eligibility. This is a big boy. This is a guy that can move some earth and has natural strength. Really like him. Gamecocks really are high on his ability. But he popped his pledge tonight right after Missouri defensive end Jaylen Brown. And the line of scrimmage, just like Darren Usher said on Inside the Gamecocks, the show is going to be a big focus in the portal class. If you don't have that, you're dead. Of course, the Gamecocks have needs at other spots as well. Wide receiver, running back, maybe. I mean, running back depth. I mean, I'm sure they'll take a portal running back because they have three left after everybody leaves after this season. But Gamecocks looking good. It's always nice, I think, when you're following this stuff for your team to get players in and get the ball rolling. A little bit of nervousness this week, and but I'll remind everybody, other teams, they kind of, I don't, they didn't really. I'm not going to say get a head start, but the portal's different, because the batch of players they go in at different times and things like that. So it's not like recruiting where heck you recruit a class of kids these days 3 years in advance. You literally don't know who all is definitely going to be out there and the pool you're choosing from. I don't I wouldn't want the job of having to put together one of these transfer portal boards flying blind in many cases like this. Although sometimes you do have an idea. There's a lot of back channel talk. This guy may get in, that guy may get in. But anyway, the other schools I think had some name guys come in and visit, and if you're Carolina, you're like, well, what about because you hear Beamer talk about a lot of guys are interested in coming. Darren Usher said the same thing. But trust me, folks, that's legit. That's not just coach speak. Things happen at different points in time. But Nick Sharpe, I think, is a excellent pickup. They wanted to get an interior guy. If they can find a tackle, those are hard, but there's actually more out there than I expected this offseason. Maybe they add him as well, but you need, we saw what happened in 2023. You need depth on the offensive line, as much competitive depth as you can get. And the Gamecocks started two portal guys this year in Torricelli Simpkins and Kamar Bell on the interior. There'll be a lot of competition, but I'll tell you what, Nick Sharpe, I wouldn't bet against him making a move into the starting lineup perhaps next year. Big, big, big guy that's played a lot of football. Nick Sharpe, Gastonia, North Carolina, Wake Forest, next portal commit in the boat for the Gamecocks.